The cleanup of one of America's great rivers is set to resume next spring. In May, GE is expecting to restart dredging PCBs from the Hudson River, one of the largest and most logistically complex environmental cleanup programs in the United States. For 6 months a year, GE expects to conduct the work in a 40-mile stretch of the mighty Hudson River in upstate New York. The project is huge. The work is expected to take more than 500 people working 24 hours a day, 6 days a week, with multiple dredges operating simultaneously. GE committed to work with EPA on the Hudson River cleanup 8 years ago. Since then, we've assembled a world-class team of environmental engineers and dredging experts to plan and perform the job. We collected more than 55,000 sediment samples from the river bottom to determine where and how deep PCBs were deposited and where dredging should be performed. We constructed massive facilities to process and transport dredged materials. Next year will be the second year that dredging to remove PCBs is performed in the Hudson. In 2009, GE removed hundreds of thousands of cubic yards of sediment from the upper Hudson River. This was a significant feat in light of the unprecedented technical and logistical challenges present on the Hudson. The U.S. Environmental Protection Agency called GE's efforts superhuman. Once the first phase of work was concluded, GE, EPA, and a panel of independent dredging experts spent months evaluating the undertaking. Many lessons were learned. EPA and GE used the information to refine the effort going forward. Once dredging resumes in the spring, more than 2 million cubic yards of river bottom will be removed from the river. This is one of the largest environmental dredging projects in U.S. history. GE expects to remove 97% of the PCBs in the areas EPA has designated for dredging. A flotilla of more than 100 dredges, barges, and support boats is expected to be operating in the river at any one time to get the work done. Once dredging is completed, dredge areas will be covered by clean fill to support future habitat growth, or with a capping material to isolate residual low levels of PCBs. Sediments that are removed from the river will be placed on barges and transported to GE's processing and treatment facilities on the New York State Champlain Canal in Fort Edward, New York. Rocks and debris will be sorted out. Water will be drained from the material and pumped to an on-site plant for treatment. The sediments themselves will be loaded onto rail cars for shipment and disposed of at permitted hazardous waste disposal facilities. Comprehensive monitoring will be performed at several locations along the river to assess PCB levels in water during dredging. Monitoring will also be performed to measure PCB levels in air and in fish, and to gauge quality of life factors such as noise and lighting.